Kate Daly Show is about to start. Progressive liberals must be accompanied by an adult. The show starts now.
I'm 70 years old. I may have a decade to be effective. I can't imagine that President Harris would allow me or anyone to solve these dire problems. After 8 years of President Harris, any opportunity for me to fix the problem will be out of my reach forever. President Trump has told me that he wants this to be his legacy. I'm choosing to believe that this time he will follow through. His son, his biggest donors, his closest friends, and all support this objective. My joining the Trump campaign will be a difficult sacrifice for my wife and children, but worthwhile if there's even a small chance of saving these kids. Ultimately, the only thing that will save our country and our children is if we choose to love our kids more than we hate each other. The most unifying theme for all Americans is that we all love our children. If we all unite around that issue now, we can finally give them the protection, the health, and the future that they deserve.
All right. Welcome. Terrible recording, but
yeah.
Sorry. Welcome. And hi, Uncle Milty, you're back.
I'm back.
I know. I'm so glad.
I'm glad you're glad.
I really am. I'm really glad. I miss your sarcasm.
Sarcasm?
I miss your fun.
How dare you call it sarcasm?
Oh, man, you missed a lot. The world burned down, World War III. No. It's, every week's a crazy week. Especially coming up to an election.
I was driving through California right after the announcement that RFK Jr. was leaving and going to endorse Trump.
Right.
And right when RFK Jr. was giving his spiel and getting ready to say something really important, the radio went dead.
No way.
Oh, absolutely. It went dead for about 5 minutes.
Wow.
And then it came back on and he was all done saying what he was about to say. So the censorship, and it was when he was talking about the censorship.
Right? Isn't that the truth?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I mean, you can't write this stuff.
No.
There is the green light for him to sue over censorship. He did join the Trump campaign, mentioned it briefly on Friday, I think. He actually got the green light August 23rd. And the federal judge said that he could sue them because he said, look, they're taking every agency, they're weaponizing it, and which they've been doing for a long time, but it's on steroids.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
And he said, I'm going to sue him. Good for him. I mean, great.
What I love is the spin that they're trying to put on it, that it isn't going to hurt Kamala. It's not going to hurt Kamala. I think the plan is perfect.
Yeah.
I think if he leaves his name on the ballot on states where his voters are likely to turn towards Kamala, he leaves his name on the ballot, they still vote for him, it hurts Kamala. If he takes his name off the ballot to people in states that might lean to Trump, then he's not on the ballot. They won't turn to Kamala. They'll turn to Trump. It hurts Kamala either direction.
Well, okay.
And it's a great plan. I think they planned it.
Yeah. If you want to call in on this and you're listening to us live in the afternoon, go right ahead. 888-673-1450. Love to hear from you, what you thought of that. A lot of people talking about it, how it sort of put a stop to the whole DNC, whatever crap show that was. Oh my gosh. It put an end to that and took her thunder. I mean, she's a creation. Who is she? Anyway, still don't know what she's all about. And what was funny was they were interviewing Man on the Street and they said, are you for Kamala? And they said, yes. And then they said, well, what did she do as vice president that you loved so much? Like which accomplishment?
Just one thing.
Could not list one thing.
No.
It was very telling. Hi, caller. Welcome to the show. Go right ahead.
Yesterday, I found out, became aware of RFK's opinion and knowledge on Ukraine, he nailed it.
Yeah, there was a couple things he
nailed it. And he's not running for president anymore, but I just found this out yesterday on InfoWars.
Yeah.
His unfortunate voice, but the guy was right.
Yeah.
I don't like some things he's about, but he nailed the Ukraine. It was wonderful.
He did. Yeah.
But they didn't tell everybody that part, did they?
Yeah. Of course not.
They're just shoveling money at Ukraine and causing all this madness.
Yes. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. Yeah, a lot of people didn't know. I mean, environmentalism and climate change, he's terrible. Everything else, like he was mentioning, the crime of what the presidency is able to do at the direction of the intelligence agencies and the censorship and the fact that he just nailed it on Harris and said, this is pathetic that you didn't even get a choice. And she hasn't even said what she's about, but she's got all this support, quote unquote, and that the media is vouching for her. He went after the deep state a little bit, which was nice. There were a lot of things that he did right in this speech, and I actually applaud that. I think he really went after what they're doing to kids and the health and the programs that they've got the kids in and what it's doing to them. And I was really glad to see that because we really need a whole new education in this country of people that understand what's going on health-wise to us. So
if I could guarantee one thing, it would be that people would start really seeing the hypocrisy, though.
Yes.
Like Michelle talking about how her parents didn't trust rich people.
Oh my gosh, they did. Yeah, my parents were suspicious over the fact that people took too much for themselves, and then they've got all their properties, and their Hawaii property, and Hi, caller, welcome to the show. Go right ahead.
Hey, Kate, can you tell me who is our president right now?
I don't know. No, well, I would say it's the intelligence arm because they're always running things. And the deep state think tanks. It's not King Dingaling. It's not his wife, Dingalinger, and it is not Harris. And so I don't know who's running the country other than the intelligence arms. Do you? I don't.
Yeah, no, I don't know. And I know Obama hated her and Hillary hated her until, in a 24-hour period of time, they all love her.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering who is calling the shots on that.
I wonder that too. Thank you. Yeah, I wonder too. I'm with you. We don't have any of those kinds of answers. One of the funniest videos I saw was when Chuck Schumer was giving Kamala the evil eye and told her to stop laughing because she was laughing too much. And, it's very apparent that they all hate her. It's very apparent on all of this. My thought is they're upping the drama coming into the election. And you'll see a swing of the pendulum go this way a little bit towards Trump now because of RFK too. Well, he'll be really vocal.
On Levine's show last night, the insinuation was, and it wasn't a good insinuation, was that for the last 2.5 years, Biden has been totally useless and Kamala's actually been making the decisions.
Really?
And so if that's the case, we're in for even more of this.
Yeah. I just love that. This is what I'm going to do on day one.
Yeah.
You're not doing it now. I mean, just, it's funny that they're trying to make Trump look like the incumbent.
Yeah.
You know what though? The media will support it. This is their way. I mean, by now everybody should see the lying scumbaggery of the media. They have to see it by now. It's in your face. So I'm hoping people will finally.
But not just see the lying scumbaggery of the media, but connecting it.
Yeah.
They're not lying for Trump.
Yeah. Yeah. And the identity politics of saying that you're all for a candidate.
Yeah.
Well, what are they going to do? I don't know. What have they done? I don't know. But I'm all for him. I'm all for her because she's a woman. I mean, you got just the insane nature of people to just go with, I like the sex of the person running, and that's it. No qualification for the job whatsoever. That's truly amazed me. Woo, she's about the worst. The worst they've ever even propped up, even tried to just market. That's a marketing job.
Yeah.
My gosh. You can market that. Goodness. By the way, 1 in 4 Americans is completely bored. They did a poll. You know how I feel about polls, but 1 in 4 Americans are considerably bored. They're so bored, they just don't know what to do with themselves. And so I laughed so hard when I saw this because there is a lot to do, guys, but, they're bored. They're just sitting around doing nothing.
Don't take this wrong, but my guess would be that those are the people that we hear about that are living in poverty.
I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to guess they're not doing anything.
No.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I know I was laughing because what's trending on Google today, what's trending in the searches is National Dog Day, and just finding out about the U.S. Open. I mean, we're not looking anything up to educate ourselves or to utilize the internet in a great way where there's everything at our fingertips. We're just an entertain me kind of society. And it's not bad. National Dog Day. I mean, dogs, but it was kind of funny. I thought, yeah, I can see it. 1 in 4 are just totally bored. They don't know what to do with themselves and they don't want to educate themselves. So it's just more about sitting around and being entertained.
Yep.
I guess. I thought it was really funny though that they came out with this and talked about the average person dreams of new adventures, but 1 in 4 is completely bored. And what does that mean for our society? That they're this bored? What does that mean? I don't know, but I just thought it was kind of an interesting little study that they did. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what that transpires into. Back to health, though, I just wanted to mention something about fluoride, that they finally are coming out with information admitting what fluoride does to kids. And right up in RFK Jr.'s speech, I mean, that was most of the speech was about, we don't care enough about what we're doing to our kids. That's the vaccine program in total, the total vaccine program, fluoride in the water, all kinds of ways of dumbing down. You've got soy boys. You've got all kinds of problems in our food supply. And I was glad that he brought that up. I thought it was great.
It's interesting, speaking of food supplies, my wife and my son were in Ireland last week. The food restrictions there, that they don't allow manufacturers of foods to put in their foods, is amazing.
We'll be right back on the Kate Daly Show. Be right back.
Thanks for listening to The Kate Daly Show. All opinions expressed by the program participants on The Kate Daly Show are solely their own and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of Patriot Radio, KSGO, Canyon Media, or their respective parent companies or advertisers. If you'd like to